goes on, and she gets better and better defensively. And yeah, and hopefully, she keeps making shots.
What in particular, what areas of improvement on the defensive end from her have you seen?
Well, I think the biggest area for her has been not getting lost on whether it's what switches are going on or what cuts are happening or overhelping at times or again, some of it's experience. You just play enough basketball at this level, you learn to read offenses better, and and that just takes a little bit of time. But she's such a competitor, She competes and she wants to be really, really good. So whatever she sets her mind to, it's going to get done. That I have no doubt about that.
Geno, how did you think Nneka did? What did you see from her in her first game back in over a month?
It's hard when you miss that much time and you haven't practiced much, and she's looked a lot better in practice than she looked today playing. I think she just has to understand that she's not right all the time, and that the refs are allowed to call fouls once in a while. That it's not always their fault when you foul, and that causes her to not have a rhythm in the game because she can't be in the game as long as she wants to be or for long stretches like she wants to be. So, all in all, I'm just glad that we got her the minutes that we got her, and hopefully we can get a few more out of her, this coming week.
Another one for me, just a lot of travel calls today. I don't know if that was from the layoff or just weird.
Yeah, just shitty coaching. The first time in 27 years, we lost our ability to coach and not traveling. That's the only way I can explain it. Unless, these guys just are in a hurry or something. I can't explain it. I wish I could explain it, but obviously we're not getting our point across in practice enough. So we got to do a better job of that in practice. Not just with the travel calls, but with some of the self-inflicted stuff that we do, that's been happening over and over and over again. And so those are things that need to get. And hopefully we can make a dent in that.
Geno, any other encouraging things come after such a long break? Anything you were happy with? I mean, Aaliyah seemed a little bit more assertive today.
Yeah, I thought defensively we pretty much got done, everything that we wanted to get done. They're not an easy team to play against. They're not an easy team to defend, and you got to work really, really hard, and you got to keep working. And the minute you stop, they get a layup or they get an open three. So I thought defensively, considering we haven't played and we didn't have anybody at practice to actually go 5-on-5 and play full court, I thought that was a huge positive today. I was hoping that we would come out and do a great job defensively. I was more worried about our execution on offense and the timing and everything, given that we haven't had that opportunity. But I thought the defense was excuse me. I thought the defense was really, really good. And then the offense looked really good at times. But we have to just get better at sustaining things. We allow something that happens to set us back. So we'll take 2 steps forward, something will happen, we'll take 2 steps back. And that's, that hopefully, is something we can work on the next couple of days, next couple of weeks.
Geno,
Geno, when we talked to you way back in the summer, you said that Caroline by far was the most improved player during those summer workouts. Was it a progression for her to get to that point, or kind of how it has been this season, or was it just one day something seemed to click with her?
I think it was more of a an approach to the game that she has. Well, let's put it this way. Coming here in June and coming out of high school, she had a long way to go from, strength and conditioning wise. So she made a tremendous amount of progress right away in that area. And then, her competitiveness, her competitive spirit, allows her to get better because she doesn't dwell on what she can't do. She had about a week or so, maybe a little bit longer in practice in December where things kind of caught up with her and she struggled a little bit. But for the most part, she just plays on. She doesn't worry about what the previous play brought. If it was a made shot or missed shot, it doesn't matter. She just goes on and makes the next play, the next play, the next play. And that's what I really admire about her. And it's just, she does it every day in practice.
Geno, what have you figured out about the personality or the identity that you're going to have to play with to win with this group that you have now? Because it's going to be, quite a number of games ahead. This is what you're going to have. What do you think are the things that you guys have to do to win?
Again, so much of it is self-inflicted, unforced errors, mental, a mental toughness that has to be there, a concentration, element that has to be there. There's just, when you watch this particular group play as it was today in this group, there really is an up and down factor to it. That's the only constant that I've seen is the inconsistency. That players will look really, really good for 4 or 5 possessions, and then they'll look completely opposite for 5 possessions, and then that'll trickle down to another player and another player. So we're searching for who's going to be that individual on the court that's going to be able to bring some sort of, a sense of order to what we're doing, to finish out late game situations, to finish out fourth quarters, to play through adversity, I think that to me is the most glaring thing that this team has to fix.
Who are the candidates to be that person? Caroline?
Well, unfortunately, there isn't a single person, one particular individual that you could say, this is who's running the, it's just what we're missing right now. We're missing a quarterback right now, and we're trying to play at a real high level, but we're missing a quarterback. We're missing a calming influence on the floor that can put the ball in the right people's hands at the right time, make a shot at the right time, and maybe we will find someone as the next weeks go on, and that's one reason why we generally spread the ball around, and do a lot of that so that burden doesn't fall on just one person. But yeah, you'd like to have somebody step up and be that person, but we haven't found who that is yet.
Geno, Happy New Year. When you look at the box score, you have 4 scorers in double figures. Can you elaborate on just how to keep that offensive consistency going, especially since you got production from your post this time as well, with Aaliyah coming back and also Dorka?
Yeah, I like that we move the ball around, as I said. I like that we get a lot of touches. I don't think I've ever coached a team at UConn that misses this many makeable shots, this many easy shots. So is there a positive in that, well, at least we're getting a lot of easy shots. They're just not going in. And eventually, they'll start going in. And you would like to think that we can get 4, double-figure scores every night. And, I think 63 points is not going to get it, as time goes on. So I think somehow we got to figure out a way to get to 75 at least. Thank God our defense has been so good all year long. But we have enough good offensive players, but, we've been so inconsistent that it's hard to, it's hard to pinpoint, okay, today we know for sure we're going to get this from these guys. Every day it's been a little bit more of a guessing game than I like it to be.
Hi, Geno. Obviously, getting Nneka back today is huge, but could you maybe give us an update on the other injured players, Amari, Aubrey, Easy?
Amari's going to be good to go. I'm hoping that she's good to go this coming week. Piath is not ready yet. She's going to be a little bit longer. Aubrey's having surgery tomorrow. And as I said earlier, I think the chances are pretty high that she's not going to be playing the rest of the season. So there's not going to be any update on her. Paige is doing her rehab, and again, what's the timetable? Depends how fast she moves on. And I asked Daisy today, when are you playing? She said next game. I don't know whether she meant the next game that I play in will be the next game, or that she meant the next game on the schedule. I'm not sure what she meant by that, but she's being allowed to do more and more each day, so hopefully she's getting close.
Coach Auriemma, Creighton was 5-0 in Big East play going into today's game. With this win, you guys are now 2-0. But how do you build off of some of these inconsistencies from today's performance going against Butler and Xavier next week?
How do you build on them? Yeah. I don't think you want to build on a lousy foundation like that, the inconsistencies. I think we want to eliminate those things. And how do you do that? Well, you just say, hey, you need to be more consistent. And that usually solves the problem, right? I doubt it. So, you just have to go to practice every day and keep getting people good shots, keep getting people in position where they've got to make, the right pass at the right time, and yeah, this is going to be this is going to be what it looks like. This is going to be what it is for a while. So I'm hoping that our defense stays exactly the way it is, and that we can keep playing great defense. And little by little, I hope the offense gets a little more consistent.
I have 2 questions. First, can you put your doctor's jacket on, and what surgery is Aubrey having on her back? Do you know what she's having done?
Yeah, she's got a disc issue in her back that's been a problem for a while. So what's the exact name of it? I don't know. I just know that
Do you know what disc?
she has a disc.
Do you know what disc?
No. No. Yeah, no.
Second thing, you talked in your radio show Monday about the fourth quarter problems. Today, the first 5 minutes were really good
Right.
and allowed you a margin of error in the second five.
Right.
So is this progress?
Yeah, maybe it's progress. I think the fourth quarter, and a lot of it is, Creighton had come into the game with really big third and fourth quarters, and we were able to to do a good job defensively on that. But yeah, that's the perfect example of the inconsistencies that I'm talking about. That we could play 5 minutes and look as good as we did during those 5 minutes, and then go 5 minutes and look as bad as we look during those 5 minutes. So that's been the dilemma for us as coaches, and that's what hopefully we can address. So yeah, I think progress today.
Is Avina feeling okay? I mean, her background suggests that she could be a better playmaker and a scorer, and she says all the right things, like she knows what to do, but we haven't seen it in like 2 or 3 games while Paige has been out.
I mean, if she's feeling all right, you mean like health-wise? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think she's very much like everyone else, that's come off this long stretch, and I, when you're a senior, when you've played a lot of basketball in college, there's certain expectations that you would think you would have for yourself, right? And I'm sure if you asked her, she's probably not exactly thrilled with some of her performances the last couple of games, and and being a playmaker is exactly what we need, and we haven't gotten that. And being able to make some shots is what we're looking for, and she's had games where that's exactly what she did. She made plays and she made shots, and right now that's not happening. I don't think it's anything physical.
Any other questions for Coach?
Thank you.